Township. We were going to go ahead and start with the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
May I please ask for a roll call?
Supervisor Riley.
Present.
Clerk Anzaldi.
Present.
Treasurer Eppikin.
Present.
Trustee Erda Thompson.
Present.
Trustee Jafford.
Present.
Trustee Braybeck.
Present.
Trustee Mills. Madam Supervisor, you have 6 members present.
All right, thank you. We do have a quorum, and I will go ahead and ask for a motion to approve our agenda.
Madam Chair, I move to approve the agenda for April 22nd, 2026.
Second.
Okay, any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? All right, the agenda is approved. I will go ahead and open it up for public comment. We did not receive anything online, but any person may come forward at this time to address the board. Anyone who wishes to speak is requested but not required to state his or her name and address for the record. Okay, seeing none, I will go ahead and ask for an approval of our minutes.
Madam Chair, I move to approve the minutes of the regular meeting held on April 8th, 2026.
Second.
Okay, any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? All right, our minutes are approved. All right, we'll go ahead and we'll move on to our first item in our presentations, a proclamation of appreciation to Sergeant Ryan Rupert for his service to the residents of Pittsfield Charter Township. And I'll go ahead and ask the director to come on up.
Thank you very much, Ryan. Could you step up with me?
And Ryan as well.
So I'll have you stand right here, and then I'll speak into the mic, but this is a public proclamation, so we'll do it this way, okay? Pittsfield Charter Township, this is a proclamation recognizing the retirement of Sergeant Ryan Rupert after 27 years of dedicated service. Whereas Sergeant Ryan Rupert was sworn in as a police officer for Pittsfield Charter Township on August 3rd, 1998. And whereas Sergeant Ryan Rupert served with devotion and distinction in the Department of Public Safety as a patrol officer, accident investigation team investigator, strategic planning team member, field training officer, field training cadre coordinator and co-coordinator, special events coordinator, radar and LiDAR instructor, and patrol sergeant. And whereas Sergeant Ryan Rupert assisted in numerous community programs, including National Night Out, Presents from Pittsfield, Touch a Truck, Shop with a Hero, Guns and Hoses Charity, working tirelessly to strengthen community trust. And whereas Sergeant Ryan Rupert graduated from Ferris State University in 1998 and was certified by the Michigan Law Enforcement Officers Training Council as a police officer, earning a Bachelor's of Science degree in criminal justice. And whereas Sergeant Ryan Rupert received numerous departmental awards and recognitions, including Director's Commendations in 2020, 2018, 2017, 2015, 2013, 2003, and 2002. Citizen Appreciations, a Certificate of Congressional Recognition in 2010, Departmental Commendations in 2009, 7, 6, and 2, 1, and 1998. Unit Awards in 2018, 2017, 2015, and 2010, a Safe Driving Award, an MACP Certificate of Merit in 2003, and an MACP Commendation in 2003 and 2002. A MAD Certificate of Special Appreciation in 2007 and recognition as a Saline Chamber of Commerce Officer of the Year in 2025. And whereas after 27 years of dedicated service to the community and numerous career accomplishments, awards, and commendations for outstanding service, Sergeant Ryan Rupert retires with the Pittsfield Charter Township Department of Public Safety on February 20th, 2026. Now therefore be it resolved that the Pittsfield Charter Township Board of Trustees hereby expresses its sincere appreciation to Sergeant Ryan Rupert for his many years of exemplary service to the residents of the township and wishes him continued success and fulfillment in his future endeavors. Congratulations, Ryan. Thank you. Thank you.
If everyone wants to come up and take a picture, and I don't know if you could hear all the wows we were saying as it was all being read, but wow, yes, that's really impressive.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for your service.
Very accomplished.
Yes, very accomplished. You want to, have you, your officers?
Yeah, you guys want to?
Whoever else wants to, family and whoever.
Thank you.
Amazing, yes.
You're fine.
Thank you so much.
All right, 1,
got to be a good one.
Thank you.
Thank you. Very, very impressive. It's a party now.
Like knocking me down.
Oh, very nice. Very nice. All right, I will go ahead and ask for a motion for our consent agenda.
Madam Chair, I move to consent agenda 7.1 to 7.6.
Second.
Okay, any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? All right, the consent agenda passes, and we will move on to new business. May I ask for a motion for 9.1, please?
Madam Chair, I move to adopt a resolution to amend the fiscal year 2026 General Fund, Public Safety Fund, Parks Millage Fund, Building Fund, and Refuge Fund Budgets Resolution Number 26-09.
Second.
Okay, we do have our Director of Finance here, Corey Schmidt. If anybody has any questions, I will open it to the floor, or for discussion or questions, either or. Okay, I will ask for a roll call then.
Supervisor Riley?
Yes.
Clerk Anzaldi?
Yes.
Treasurer Eppikin?
Yes.
Trustee Erda Thompson?
Yes.
Trustee Jaffer?
Yes.
Trustee Braybeck?
Yes.
Madam Chair, you have 6 yeas.
All right, thank you. Resolution is adopted, and I will ask for a motion for 9.2, please.
Madam Chair, I move to approve first reading of Ordinance 344 to add Chapter 19, Non-Discrimination, to the Pittsfield Charter Township General Code of Ordinances.
Second.
Okay, any discussion on this one or questions? We do have Deputy Almacher here. We had the discussion last meeting, and hopefully everybody had a chance to look it over and think about it. But I will open it up for any discussion or thoughts. All good?
All good.
Yeah, I was going to say, very, very nice work by Deputy Almacher for sure. All right, then I will go ahead and ask for a motion.
A roll call.
A roll call, sorry. Yes.
Okay.
Clerk Anzaldi?
Yes.
Treasurer Eppikin?
Yes.
Trustee Erda Thompson?
Yes.
Trustee Jaffer?
Yes.
Trustee Braybeck?
Yes.
Supervisor Riley?
Yes.
Madam Chair, you have 6 yeas.
All right, first reading is approved. We will move over to ask for a motion of 9.3, please.
Madam Chair, I move to authorize the supervisor and clerk to sign a one-year contract extension with Washtenaw County Metro Dispatch to provide emergency 911 and non-emergency police dispatch services for a cost not to exceed $204,679, subject to the township attorney approval.
Second.
Okay, any discussion or questions? We have the Director of Public Safety here. This is an ongoing contract. I believe this is, we talked about this before, there was a 5-year catch-up time. I know I get privy to more information, and I think it's good for the board to know a little about the background on this if you want to share that.
Absolutely, thank you. So this is, again, a one-year extension. We started out with Metro Dispatch, and for the first 5 years that we were with them, contracted with them, the price did not change at all. The fees did not change at all. And they approached us in 2020, 2021, and said, we recognize that we should have been doing this. We didn't do this. And we would like to express that we are sorry that we didn't do this, but for the next 5 years, we are projecting that we need to do 9%. And so we are at the last year of that. And so they're expressing they're stating that they want to do collaborative discussions and negotiations moving forward. So this isn't something that we expect to continue.
Yes, so going forward, we'll keep the board up to date of where it goes, but this is the last of the 9-year, or the 9% 5-year. Yeah.
Right. It was not ideal. I really do wish that it had been more gradual, because it's hard to explain 9%
Right,
every year.
right, but,
Director Gray, do you, I mean, I imagine though, the following contracts are still going to have an increase, but it's going to be like modest 3 or 4% or whatever.
Ideally,
that's the hope, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
And
thank you.
I would really love to lock in something for 3 years or something like that
Yes.
too, but that may not be something they want to do. In all honesty, we'd have to look at it at that time and see if we want to do that.
Okay, thank you.
All right. All in favor? Aye. Opposed? All right, that is authorized. May I have a motion for 9.3, please? Or 9.4, please?
Madam Chair, I move to approve the purchase of one Trimble Global Navigation Satellite System and one Trimble 3D image scanner from Celiar Co-Spatial for the Department of Public Safety at a cost not to exceed $49,992.
Second.
Okay, and again, we have Director Gray up here. He'll be here for a couple more items. So any questions on this? Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? All right, that passes as well. May I please have a motion for 9.5, please?
Madam Chair, move to approve the my deal purchase of firearm training ammunition through Keisler Police Supply at a cost not to exceed $14,230.
Second.
Okay, any discussion or questions for Director Gray? Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? All right, that is approved as well. May I
Thank you.
please have a motion for, no, yeah, thank you, you're done now. I do want to comment that today started the move of public safety over to the new building and then partially over to Parks and Rec, so they've really been quite busy and will be busy the rest of the week doing that, so thank you for being here. Okay, may I please have a motion for 9.6?
Madam Chair, move to authorize the supervisor and clerk to execute the conditional release and assignment agreement with Great American Insurance Company to allow the township to receive $275,000 in insurance claim funds related to the Arbor Farms development, subject to the township attorney approval.
Second.
Okay, we do have Director West here to answer any questions on this one. All right, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? All right, that is authorized. May I please have a motion for 9.7?
Madam Chair, move to authorize the supervisor and clerk to enter into an agreement with Spalding DeDecker for preparation of the Community Parks and Recreation Plan from 2027 through 2031 at a cost not to exceed $59,711, subject to the township attorney approval.
Second.
Okay, any discussion on this one? We do have Interim Director Rich Wade here. If anybody has any questions, this has already gone through the Park Commission, and there was quite a bit of vetting out for this particular group, where the Parks Department, as well as the chair and the vice chair of the Parks Commission, interviewed several different companies to make sure this is the right one to move forward with the master plan for Parks and Rec, which is extremely important, as we know that Pittsfield parks are top-notch. Okay?
Thank you.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? All right, passes. May I please have a motion for 9.8?
Madam Chair, move to authorize payment to ETC Institute to conduct a statistically valid community survey for Pittsfield Charter Township for a cost not to exceed $16,500.
Second.
Okay, any discussion? And again, we do have Rich Wade here to answer any questions. This kind of goes in conjunction with that. This is a comprehensive survey for our residents and the stakeholders to make sure that we are really getting feedback in a very meaningful way. Okay? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? All right, that passes as well. And may I please have a motion for 9.9?
Madam Chair, I move to authorize the supervisor and clerk to execute a memorandum of understanding with Pittsfield Township Historical Society to clarify the roles and responsibilities regarding the transfer of the Pittsfield Charter Township archives to the Bentley Historical Library, subject to township attorney approval.
Support.
Okay, any discussion? Questions on this one? Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? All right, motion passes there, and I will ask for a motion for 9.10.
Madam Chair, I move to authorize the supervisor and clerk to sign an agreement with Corrigan Moving System for costs not to exceed $122,000 to remove trash bin throughout the township, subject to township attorney approval.
Second.
Okay, in discussion, we do have our Director of Utilities and our Director of Community Development who've been working extremely hard on this. As we know, we moved over to Stevens, and as we were ending our contract with Priority, the bins were supposed to be picked up, and were not, so we put our contingency plan into place. We are withholding payment and working with our legal counsel, and there also was a contingency fund that we were able to pull from, so it's not coming from taxpayer money.
Okay.
But something had to be done, and I will just say thank you to whoever you believe in up and around the fates, because those trash bins had been out flying during a tornado, and that could have been very bad. So I was very nervous about that, so I think I'm very grateful for our team finding a contingency plan and getting this done. And I know my neighborhood were being picked up today, so that was nice. Any questions on this or discussion? I do want to thank everybody for being patient.
Yeah, I would just like to say, comment that, in my neighborhood, which I live very close to you, yeah, the trash bins were being picked up, to the relief of all of the neighborhood. I know people have been very upset about the trash situation, but I do feel like sometimes this is what happens when we terminate one contract and move to another. The person that we terminate the contract with always gets a little bit angry or upset or whatever the case may be. And so I'm very happy, and the residents are going to realize that these trash bins are going to be picked up. But I would like to say thank you to Billy and Jessica for trying to figure out a solution. So
And their team for taking all those phone calls.
and especially the utilities teams, because every day they were all on the phone every day, all day. It was quite maddening.
Yes.
So very good job for them.
Yeah, I saw social media today saying it was like Santa was arriving. So, yay, it's Christmas in April. All right.
Yeah, Madam Supervisor,
Yes.
I just want to
Oh,
add
please.
on that and say publicly thank you to both Jessica and Billy, because I heard from several subdivisions, people were quite grumpy about this, and the proactive communication that I was able to provide those subdivisions and those residents went a long way for calming, and allowed me to say, please be patient, this doesn't happen all the time, and the proactive planning and communication and contingency messaging I was able to deliver them really lowered the temperature of what I was feeling boiling up, so thank you very much.
Yes, and thank you for delivering it, yes. So, yes.
I'd like to say thank you also. My neighborhood did get picked up, and I'm south of these guys too. So they were on our street before 8 o'clock this morning. Two big trucks came down, and tonight they're gone. I appreciate that. Thank you.
So, yeah, really good team there, so I really appreciate it. And I believe that, there's not enough thank you for the team that picks up those phone calls every day.
I also forgot to mention that Stevens has been around picking up the trash, and they seem to be very prompt and
Positive feedback.
it seems like it's a good fit so far.
Yeah, I mean, there's always going to be issues with any company, but they are definitely, we are the big fish in their pond, so hopefully the customer service continues. All right. All in favor? Aye. Opposed? All right, that is passed. So we don't have any unfinished business, so are there any liaison or trustee reports?
Yes, ma'am. Madam
Yes, please.
Madam Chair, I have a summary to share action from April 16, 2026 Planning Commission meeting. The Planning Commission held in public hearing and approved with condition the resolution of approval and preliminary site plan for CUP 25-08 and CSPA 25-15 Early Education Center. The second was the Planning Commission held a public hearing and postponed action on rezoning 26-01 and CSPA 2604 Morgan Preserve. The third one was the Planning Commission approved the preliminary site plan for CSPA 26-07 Eagle Industrial Park, lot number 5. Next Planning Commission meeting will be on May 7, 2026.
And do you know if that's going to, I believe that's going to start bringing in discussion on the data center ordinance?
That's what,
Yes.
probably next couple meetings.
Okay, I think it's going to take more than one meeting to make sure, but I know our staff has been very vigilant and talking to a bunch of
We are
different,
working really hard on that.
really to get a robust ordinance in place. So I'm
Yes.
looking forward to hearing that,
Yes, ma'am.
that
Yes,
feedback.
ma'am. Thank you.
Okay, any other trustee reports or liaison? Yes.
I'll say, from the Historical Commission, the birdhouse had a major tree that had to come down because of its age, and it was rotten in the inside of it. It is a historical tree, unfortunately, but that's what happens. We just wanted to fall on the house. And also with the community garden update, I know we're going to be putting it in with the Parks and Rec. Our board was making a recommendation to put in a deer fence, and somebody else mentioned that the fence that you're going to have underneath the split rail needs to go underneath so that the animals don't burrow underneath it. We want this to be successful, and we got to watch out for our critters because we don't want that to be the afternoon salad for them. So, but other than that, I think everything else has been going fine. Our links to our walking tours is in the final stages, and I don't know if that'll come forth when it gets all put together, but I know the U of M students are wrapping it up, and I'm looking forward to seeing their final projects.
Yeah, just
Thank
take a
you.
little bit of the demo of it, looks really good, so that's exciting. Yeah, and I believe the society is also going to be giving some input into the community gardens as well, so we'll wait to hear from that as well. All right. It's a nice sunny day out, so I'm not going to object too much. We'll open it up for public comment number 2. Any person may come forward at this time to address the board. Anyone who wishes to speak is requested but not required to state his or her name and address for the record. All right.
None.
I'm going to go ahead and ask for a motion to adjourn.
Madam Chair, I move to adjourn.
Second.
Okay, all in favor? Aye. All right, meeting is adjourned at 6:51. Please enjoy the evening.